In this lesson, we're going to take a look at mutant hairs, which is one of the attributes inside of the material properties. All right, so this is what we're going to look at first here. Let me go ahead and turn down this gray here. I'm sorry, this root color. I'll start with this, and we'll just kind of tone that down a bit. And we'll also take this tip color and tone that back a little bit, just so we get a little bit more of a natural hair color, kind of a creamy yellow and a brown. So let's talk about this mutant hair color here. Now we start off with gray, which is the default, and the percentage is set to 0. So if I increase this to 25%, you automatically see something has happened in my scene here. I've got 25% of the hairs here are going to be gray. Let me render this out. Okay, and as you can tell, that's a lot of gray happening here. Now it's very difficult to see this in the preview, so what we can do is set this to something like red, and there we go. Now as you see, as I drag this up to 100%, we're getting all overrides of these mutant hairs. If I drag this down to let's say something like 10%, you can see exactly which hairs are going to be the mutant colored hairs. Now, a character that's something like this, he's a young character, really no gray hairs on his scalp. Where would we use mutant hair colors? Well, what we can do is use it as a definite variator of the entire scene. So we can, let's go in here and maybe make this a little bit lighter like this. And now we're going to add this variation of this color. We know 10% are going to be this color. So we've got not only these here, not only the hue variation and the value variation, but we're also going to be guaranteed that 10% of the hairs are going to be this color. So let's see how this looks. And there we go. Here's one right here, and here's one. And we might want to turn those down just a little bit so they're a little closer to our hairs. And that way, we really don't want to see them. Okay, we don't want them to be like, oh, wow, there's mutant hair. We just want them to really break up the hair itself to give us a nice looking overall result. So let's see what this looks like from this distance. All right, so there you can see from this distance we're getting some nice variation in the hair. Obviously we haven't gotten his hair filled up yet, but we're going to be working on that very soon.